Hi guys, so we're in the Toyota Mirai, very bizarre odd car, not in a horrible, strange, horrible way, with a hydrogen cell. I'll give you links in the bio, tell you a bit more about the car. I'll try and turn those heat vents down first. It's pretty straightforward actually. A lot of digital kind of displays, very electric as you'd expect being an all electric car, or not a partial electric car, but a hybrid with very, very low emissions. So yeah, it's very different to what I normally into. Everyone knows, what I'm normally into. I'm into my racing numbers. But do you know what? This kind of car is the future. So I do want to test drive it, and I'm intrigued to see how it drives. So again, it's a fully automatic car. Very strangely, almost like an old school H pattern gearbox. So I've got to work out how to do it. So it says we're ready. So right, shifting it to BR mode. So let's put it into drive. It should be as simple as that. Hopefully it's taken it out of park, or is it still in park? No. Is it going to go? Yeah, it's going to go. Feels so strange. So well. Okay, so we're in neutral. Let's shift it into drive. We're ready to rock and roll. Feels so strange, guys. It says, so let's shift into neutral, because apparently I think the parking brake is on. Let's just get used to this first. Right, so we're in neutral. Parking brake is on.
Five minutes later.
Away we go. It says release parking brake.
2 hours later.
Should have worked it out maybe quicker, but there is like a little press button underneath the left hand side that basically takes off a parking brake or a handbrake, and then there's an additional parking brake as well, which is confusing. So there's 2 parking brakes. Anyway, back to the driving. Really, really quiet. Very, very light feeling on the old steering wheel. So very light steering feel. Yeah, a little bit of roll here and there with the chassis, but you come to expect it. It's designed to be probably a mile muncher and a cruiser, so it'll probably do that very, very well. But yeah, it's a really, really comfortable drive. Super, super silent, which is odd, but a bit of wheel spin. It's the electric instant power, and do you know what? It doesn't feel fast, but if you look at the digital display while we're banging through those automatic gears, I don't know how many gears are in this, probably about 500, knowing what these manufacturers are getting, like 7 to 10 gears maybe. I mean, it isn't fast at all, but it's reasonable. It's not slow. It's so quiet. All you can hear is road noise. Brakes really, really quite good. Lovely and comfortable. And do you know what? As an everyday car, if you want to be careful and very, very friendly to the environment, something like this ticks the boxes. Now, the readout is in 0.2 of a kilogram per 100 kilometers in terms of fuel consumption, fuel economy. I'm sure there's a way to probably display exactly what we're probably getting, but I don't know what mileage we're getting. That being said, it's done 147 miles on the clock, and by the look of it, the fuel gauge is not down very far at all. And all the other cars that I've driven today, fuel's been going down very, very fast. So I suspect this is a 60, 70 to 100 mile per gallon car all day long, but I'll find out for you guys. Put the links in the bio. Very, very different car for me to drive, but do you know what? Like I said, it's a really, really nice car. Let's give it a little bit of a push. I don't want to give it too much because I suspect it's not going to be like a sports car, but yeah, there's a bit of roll going into the corner. Yeah, it's quite, it's alright. It handles like a decent car. It's quite nice. I like it. It's alright. So for the people that want to, you know, have a kind of eco-friendly car that does numerous miles per gallon as it goes, really impressed. Yeah, there's not much more else to say. It's a really good little car, very quiet, very comfortable, and would be a perfect mile muncher. The interior is really nice, finished with this really nice lovely plush leather, which I can smell as well. Obviously you guys can't, but I'm telling you now, I can smell it. Nice leather. Finish of the interior in general, yeah, pretty nice quality bits of material being used in the cockpit. Nice LCD display, and yeah, it's good. It's got all the bells and whistles that you'd expect from a mile muncher and a daily car, or a daily driver for work, so a company car perhaps. And yeah, I'm impressed. The suspension's obviously soft, as you'd imagine it would be, but it's not overly soft, and it's not roly-poly like you might expect a car like this to be. So it's quite a pleasant drive, very comfortable. And yeah, the steering is light but responsive. Mechanical grip is pretty decent, or very decent. I pushed it reasonably fast around the corner that you just saw me do, and to be fair, everything, you know, kept in check as it should. And yeah, fairly impressed, if I'm honest. So yeah, thumbs up, well done Toyota. It's a good little hybrid car you've created here, and yeah, it's not as fun as a sports car, and I like my sports cars, and you probably won't pry me out of a sports car, but you know, for the everyday grind, yeah, I could be tempted with something like this. So yeah, hats off to Toyota. Very strange having a car that just doesn't sound loud at all. We've been out in a few raucous cars that have been popping and banging, and now we're in a car that's practically silent. So yeah, let's go and take it out a bit more, and let's give it a little bit of a push, and see how the front end grip is and the rear grip. Because at the end of the day, as much as you are going to be, you know, piling on the miles on a car like this, and most of the time all you're going to be doing is probably cruising up and down motorways, at times you are going to find yourself round country lanes, middle of the night, coming back from a business meeting, and you want to know that the car is going to look after you in the corners, especially when it comes to winter time, when, you know, chassis dynamics and handling for me is paramount. So yeah, you need a car to handle. Even if it doesn't need to be a sports car, you still need a car to handle. So for me, it's a very important thing in a car. And with a typical eco car, with eco tyres, eco everything, normally everything, you know, in regards to handling suffers. With this, it's not. It's actually, you know, quite a good little car. So let's give it a little push. Again, it's not going to go fast, but let's brake into this corner, hard braking, push. Try and push it into this corner a little bit more without going too hard. Yeah, good. Turns in nicely. We're going to, you know, slow down to national speed, or not to national speed, but to the speed that we've got to keep. But yeah, brakes really well actually. And yeah, chassis roll, there is a bit of roll, and almost the dampening and the roll, a bit like any, probably all most eco cars normally tend to just get to that point of body roll, and then when you try and get the car back in, you know, turning into a different direction, there's so much roll that you almost get a little bit of a twitch when you start to try and change directions. This does that, but very little. Most eco cars will do that, and you almost feel like you're about to go into a huge tank slapper when you push a car like that. And with this, you don't. It's actually, it goes to that point of nearly no return. It rolls, it starts to do a bit of a, you know, a chassis sway, as I call it, the old blancmange effect, the old wobble effect, but it comes in quite nicely, and it's only, you know, very, very little. So this car keeps that in check fairly well, and yeah, it's pretty impressive. I'm impressed. It's a decent car. So yeah, well done to Toyota for what they've achieved. I would like to see something like this, but with a bit more power. I know Tesla will already do it, and we know, you know, all about what they do. But I would like to see Toyota come out with something similar, but with a little bit more power. If you're listening to this, Toyota UK, like I say, great little car, great platform to build upon, to try and bring in something a little bit more sportier. And obviously, we've heard, Peak Performance Reviews have heard that there is rumours, and I know they are only rumours, about the new Toyota Supra, which we're all desperate to find out more about. So we'd love if you could tell us what's going on with that, because we see recent spy shots and video shots of that car, and it definitely sounds as though it's a straight six potentially with an electric hybrid motor. There was definitely an electric, you know, whine that we could hear from that video. So if you've got this kind of technology added with a quite sporty petrol motor, hopefully, guys, you create a bit of a monster and you bring that Toyota Supra out. We know it's not going to be like the old classic mechanical Mark IV, which, you know, has got cult status and legendary status, admittedly, but modern day age, we've got to go into the, you know, to modern day age with, you know, looking at, you know, different fuels and things like that, and what can be the future. So hopefully, guys, the Toyota Supra is going to have something like this in it, but with a really naughty petrol motor together in situ as well. So yeah, we'd like that, and hopefully that'll be the case. But yeah, Toyota have created a good little car. I'm quite impressed, and yeah, well done, Toyota.